Hey, my crafty friends, I am back with another video. I know, look at me go. I'm getting a few of them done, right? It's been a little rough around here, but we are getting through it. And tonight, I've been knocking out some spreads, just not getting them edited and, filmed. So all right, so this day I wanted to get a few current stories done in both of my kids' albums. It was a goal of mine this year to not only just catch up on old stories, but really try and keep up with some current stories. And like everything else in my life, I'm falling behind on that. So I decided, and they don't need to be a scrapbook page every time. You'll see that my oldest son, so kind of it's been like my oldest son gets like little stories told a lot, while my youngest son, I do more like one page. I really have no idea why this is happening. Honestly, it's not intentional. I don't know why it's happening, but we are doing a spread here using more of Tracy Reed designs. I believe this is My Person. I believe that's what this one is. This, again, was pretty heavily inspired by a spread I seen on Pinterest. When I'm really trying to get some spreads done, I don't mind going on Pinterest and just finding some inspiration and taking it from there. Sometimes it is like an exact scrap lift. Sometimes not so much, but I did most of this designing in Photoshop, like a lot of my things, since I am a hybrid scrapbooker. I turned this picture black and white so that it would pop a little bit more off of these pretty bold colors. But yeah, I really love how this one turned out. The only thing I would probably change is you will see most of this video is putting the title down. And so that took me a little bit of time, where I could have stamped it, but I don't know. I went back and forth on it. Anyways, you will see that I used that stripe paper from My Person, that kit My Person, and then I added Tracy Reed's like whitewash digital like mixed media to the back. That is one thing I absolutely love about Tracy Reed's digital kits, is that she usually includes some type of mixed media to use in her digital kits, and it adds so much more to hybrid spreads when it looks like you did a little bit of mixed media. And honestly, this one, I just put it up there in that top right corner, duplicated it, flipped it, and put it down in the bottom left hand corner. So it's the same one, you just would never know because I flipped it around, made it a little bit different, and went on my way. So this spread, I loved this picture. It was actually a blooper almost, honestly. I was trying to get a picture of the two of us together at one of his first baseball tournaments. He is not the biggest one right now to take pictures. He hasn't just learned, like my oldest son has, is just smile and get it done. And it goes a lot quicker if you just smile, right? And so, but he likes to definitely play around with it a little bit. And so we have our battles where I'm just clicking the camera to see if I can get, an eye open. And this is, my camera won this time, and I got a little bit of an expression, and I thought it was fun. So we definitely, the title of this one is, Oh, the Fun We Have Together. And me and that boy, and all of us definitely have all of our fun together. So this one will go in his album. And recently, I am happy to say that I have had to split our family album into two, which makes me super happy that I'm, making a little progress. Like, obviously, two scrapbooks. I am working on Project Life along with, a story album for them. So it is a lot of documenting, but I am getting there, and my oldest son album is getting quite full, honestly. So that makes me happy. yeah, and I'm gonna keep on plugging and chugging at it. I'm gonna keep on plugging and chugging. So, I'm gonna work at this title a little bit. This wasn't my best. Right here, I was like, oh, good, they did it come up all together. But putting each and one of those things, it probably wasn't going to be any quicker than stamping every letter out, though. So you can't see it all of that much right now. But this is, I did write this out with a text and then clip it to a paper. It has like little hearts in it from the My Person kit. It's hard to see on this video, but it just added a little bit to this page. Again, this was a super simple one, guys. Keep it simple. If you are trying to catch up, if you are just trying to get something done, because, you know, you have, you know, a 9-to-5 and kids running from here to there, like kind of like I do. I don't have a 9-to-5, but I do own a photography business that keeps me plenty busy. Then, you know, keep it simple. Every page doesn't have to be elaborate. Honestly, not a ton of my pages are elaborate. So I'm not an elaborate scrapbooker by any means. So the last thing I'm going to do to this page is, again, put those enamel dots everywhere. A couple of places, not everywhere, I should say. I think I put like 4. I just sprinkle them on there a little bit. The edges of this paper, actually, I did use Tracy Reed's, I don't even know what she called it. Clipping mask, I think is what she's called. I don't know exactly what she's calling them. But she just re-released them and she took them out the vault. And I used her torn edges one. There's tons of them in there. There's torn edges. There's curled edges. Definitely check those out. They were a huge favor when she released them to begin with, and she just re-released them. So I decided I would try them. And it definitely adds a little bit of flair to your pages. So. All right, so that's about done. I don't punch holes in my pages right away. I just don't know where they're going to fall in their albums right now. So you'll see, I think here in another video or two, I do take some time out and put together their albums a little bit because there are quite a few spreads that needed to get put in there. But all right, so moving on to this will go for my older son. So I kind of did things a little bit differently in each of their albums. I did a 2023 like header / divider for each of their albums. But for my oldest son, I have been printing out Tracy Reed's monthly cards and using those as dividers. I don't really know if I would do it next time, as I thought I'd have more stories, and I probably will have more stories as, you know, the summer approaches and we're just getting out more. But those winter months are a little bit harder for us as we just don't get out a ton in the winter, especially when school is in full progress. So anyways, but this one is from February. This is a story about his first college showcase, as one of his goals is hopefully one day to maybe play some baseball in college. So this was just a little getting your feet wet type of showcase, and just a few quick pictures, as I couldn't be that mom taking pictures in one of these things. So did just want to document it. This is a card. Oh God, this is a card from, it's an Allie Edwards card, and I cannot tell you where that card is from. It's a super old, I think it maybe is the U. I definitely know that this embellishment that I put over there is from the U story kit. I can't tell you where that card is from. So, I do know that I did change the color. It was blue, and I changed it to match a little bit more of that Your Story embellishment. One thing that I will add to this is that I forgot to print it out. I did a QR code to a video that I did have from this day, and I wanted to put that in there. I just make QR codes from Google Photos. I don't really put them online. Maybe, I don't know, down the line I would. He does have a YouTube for his college recruiting stuff. So I probably will eventually, maybe, but I do feel like them being just in my Google Photos, I will have that backed up for years and years to come, hopefully. I mean, who knows? There might be something new that comes along. But for now, I've had that for years at this point, so I think that that's pretty much here to stay. Next thing you are seeing me do, unfortunately, my camera was a little bit too far up, but I have a ton of the 2 4x6 photo page protectors. I don't do many stories or use that page protector size very often. So I just use my fuse tool and make them into the 2 3x4s with a 4x6 on bottom. And that is a size that I use all of the time. So works very well for me. You will see in the next couple of videos that I am definitely using my fuse tool a lot, as I found some 12 by 12 pages from like Becky Higgins from a long time ago, and I'm not throwing those babies away. We are going to use those and make them work for us. I cut them down, I put them into different configurations and make them work for me, because this hobby gets expensive, right? Looks like I went a little too far over though with that fuse tool, so I had to chop a little bit off. It's no big deal. And yeah, this is going to finish that up. Oh, this story is a story. We have, a little puppy love story going over here. My my son has had a girlfriend for about a year, and he was making her a cookie cake for Valentine's Day, and I thought that was sweet. I brought up the idea or showed him a picture of one, and he was like, yes, I want to do that. So he learned how to do the cookies and did a lot of it by himself. I helped a smidgen, but most of it he did by himself, so I thought that was a fun little thing. And teaching him that, sentimental gifts are just as important as the material gifts, and trying to teach them well, right? All right, so that wraps a couple of stories up. I just wanted to show you a little bit of what's going in there. I will print that 4x6 picture. It looks like I just forgot to print that out. And the last thing I'm going to add is just a little tab. I felt like there's been several pages, what eventually will be the just 2023 album, where there was nothing to grab onto. So thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye.